So today we will discuss firstly requirement traceability matrix. So what is requirement traceability matrix? It is the mapping between requirement and the test cases. Right? What is requirement traceability matrix? There will be a document. We will create a document. In that document, we will mention like that requirement number.
Will mention like that means?
Sorry. In the document, huh? Like
Okay.
there will be some headers. Let me show.
You mean to say format?
Yes,
Okay.
the document format. Firstly, there will be requirement number. From where you will get the requirement number?
From the BRD?
Exactly. Requirement description. Test case ID. Means let's suppose we have a requirement REQ 0.01. For example, I'm just taking some dummy example to verify something. What are the test case we have written for this requirement? We need to mention here. So what is RTM? RTM we said RTM. What is RTM?
Requirement traceability matrix.
Yeah. And requirement traceability matrix is mapping
Mapping of
between
requirement document and test case document.
requirement and the test cases.
Test case document.
Requirement and test cases.
Yeah.
What is the benefit of RTM? No. All the requirements are covered or not. Firstly,
Okay.
means written, we have covered all the, we have written the test cases corresponding to all the requirements or not. Right? First
Yeah.
thing. Second thing, if there is some change in any of the requirement, we can easily figure out the test case in which we have to do the changes. If there is some requirement that we don't need to test, then we can easily remove the test cases corresponding to those requirements. Clear?
Yeah.
This is the which document? RTM document.
Yeah.
Right? RTM document. Next one is verification and validation. Verification is a process of evaluating software at the development phase, right? Means whether we are building the right product, whether we are building the right product, whether we are building the product right, means our approach is correct or not. This is validation. This is verification, right? Means like in the waterfall model, at the end we are getting the final product, that is validation, and in each phase we are verifying the things, that is verification, right? Verification means when we are doing the things step by step, and in each step we are verifying the things, right?
Okay.
And validation,
Whether we are building the right product or not.
yes, that is at the end product, that is validation. Verification,
Whether our
verification,
approach is right or not.
yes. Validation means dynamic testing. Verification means static testing. Documentation work, we can say verification. So execution means validation, right? Verification and validation. Validation is the process of checking whether the software product is up to mark or not. In other
Mm-hmm.
words, we can say product has high level requirement. It is the process of checking the validation of the product, right? It check whether we are developing the right product, जो हमारा प्रोडक्ट है वो ठीक भी है या नहीं है ना? एक है ठीक है या नहीं है प्रोडक्ट, एक है प्रोडक्ट को बनाने का जो वे है उसमें बग तो नहीं है, वो सब चीजें आपकी वेरिफिकेशन में आएगी।
जी जी
क्लियर ना? और
जी जी।
स्टिल डाउट?
नहीं अभी ठीक है।
ठीक है, राइट नाउ वेरिफिकेशन एंड सेकंड वन इज
Validation.
smoke and sanity. Smoke testing means when we will get the build from the dev team, whether the build is acceptable or not, that is smoke
Smoke
testing.
test.
Smoke testing means whether the build is
Right or not, acceptable or not.
acceptable or not, means whether the major functionality are working or not in the build, whether the
Major functionalities are working or not.
yes, let me take some example, just a moment. Yes, whether the major functionalities are working or not in the build, that is smoke testing, right? For
Yeah.
example, we are not able to log in, so will we accept the build? Will we
No.
take the build? Yeah,
No.
we will not take, we will reject the build. That is that is
Smoke test.
smoke testing, right? That is smoke testing. Sanity testing. Sanity testing is a subset of regression testing. Sanity testing is a subset of,
Regression.
yeah, sanity testing is a subset of which
Regression
testing?
test. Regression test.
Regression testing. Regression testing means when we don't have enough time, when there is a when there is a lack of time, we will perform sanity testing instead of
Regression testing.
Regression testing. Let me take some example. There was a application in my I was doing the testing, GCO, global client onboarding. Global client onboarding, right? This is the application of a investment bank,
Okay.
Jeffries Bank. Have you heard about Jeffries Bank?
Nope.
No. So basically, in Jeffries Bank, that was my client. They people use the GCO application for client onboarding. When someone open the account, the people use which application? Global client
Client.
onboarding. Yeah. So basically, in GCO, there can be different category of clients. Of client, it can be individual client, it can be group of people, right? Or we can say entity. It can be international client, it can be US based client. Like there are a number of category. So
Mm-hmm.
like when we give the sign off to the project manager, to the project manager that we have tested all the things. Sometime we do the sanity testing due to,
Is it reliable?
sorry.
Is it reliable testing for
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
if
due
we
to,
are
yeah,
launching the product?
yeah, due to the lack of the timing. Basically, on the daily basis, we onboard a single client. Like today we have onboarded a individual client, tomorrow we will onboard entity client, kind of like we can't onboard each client on the daily basis, right? Today I have
Mm-hmm.
to onboard all the clients, tomorrow again I'm doing the onboarding of all clients, day after tomorrow again I'm doing the same activity, day after tomorrow. Like on the daily basis I can't onboard each of the client, so on the daily basis we onboard a single client instead of,
All the clients.
exactly. So that is which testing?
Sanity testing.
Sanity testing. Now concept is bug leakage. When a bug is detected which should have been detected in the earlier build, right?
Mm-hmm.
A defect which exists during testing yet not detected by the tester, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, just a moment, when a tester will miss any bug, we will call it
Bug leakage.
bug leakage, right? Bug leakage. And another concept, let me add, bug clustering, right? When a tester will miss the bug, what we will call it?
Bug leakage.
Bug leakage, right?
Yeah.
Bug clustering. Clustering means,
Group.
yes, kind of the area on the application where where we will find most of the bug. That is that is
Bug clustering.
bug clustering, right?
Yeah.
How, like, bug clustering, like that we will get to know based upon our experience. Like you are doing the testing of any application from like from past 3 or 4 year. Now you have the proper knowledge of the application. You have the capability to find out the area where you can find most of the bugs. So that is bug clustering.
Yeah.
Exploratory testing. What is exploratory testing? Any idea?
One-to-one testing?
No. Exploratory.
Like on group of people when tested? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Like explore. Without having test cases, we will explore the application and we will try to figure out the bugs, figure out the issues without having the
Test case,
the
test
test
cases.
cases. Exploratory testing, right?
Yeah.
Means when test cases are not created in advance, but tester will test the application, right, with the help of like thinking capability. Yeah, next is test scenario versus test case versus use case. Use case versus test scripts, or we can write down use case as well. Use case will be created by the who will create? Who will create the use case? Let me take some example,
Sure.
like high level description of the functionality. That is use case. Like there was a application when I was working for client Morgan Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan Stanley was my client. Like they have a feature. mm, they have introduced a fund. The name of the fund is AAT. Mm, I think the fund name was AAPF. Like the requirement was when a end user will invest more than 2 million, then above 2 million will go to the APF fund, right?
Okay.
Under like till 2 million, they will Morgan Stanley will invest in the waterfall of the bank, right? Let's suppose Deepak is a you customer of Morgan Stanley and Deepak having 3 million. Now what Deepak will do? Deepak money will be invested 2 million till 2 million in the
Bank.
waterfall of the bank. Yes.
What do you mean by
And
waterfall of the?
like there will be 2 or 3 banks in which Morgan Stanley will invest the Deepak money.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, right. 1 million will be in the APF.
APF.
Yes. So basically, like in APF, they will give the more interest, right? So business analyst of Morgan Stanley has given us some of the
Use
data,
case.
something like that. Yes, some of the use case, like user invest 2 million, then banks, then something like that.
Yeah.
APF. So in this case, 2 million will go to the here, here nothing. Now here when 2.1 million, then 2 million will be invested here, and
Do we have
0.1 million. Sorry?
the document you're showing me right now? Do we have to make it?
No, no, no. Yeah, business analyst will give to us.
Okay.
I'm just giving example like the document they have given to us,
Okay.
right? So based upon use cases, we will design the test scenario. What is test scenario? What is test scenario? Like login scenario. Login
Okay.
is a scenario.
Okay.
Based upon test scenario, we will design the test cases or test conditions. That can be,
Test cases, positive and
yeah,
negative.
yes, right? And based upon the test cases, we will write the test scripts in any of the programming language. Now it's clear from the automation perspective.
So these use cases, so we have to see the diagram and then we have to write a test case.
Test scenario. Firstly, we will write the test scenario,
From the
and based
diagram.
upon, yes, based upon the use cases, the use case document, whatever use case business analyst will give to us, we will based upon those test scenario, those use cases and requirement document, we will write the test scenarios.
Okay, because
So this is the verification and validation model, V model. Like this is the part verification means documentation. What is the disadvantage of waterfall model?
once things we have made the build, we cannot go back and change it.
Exactly. So in the V model, like we will do the both the activity in parallel, right? Like firstly we will get the business requirement here. So based upon the business requirement, then system requirement, right? Then high level design, low level design, HLD, LLD,
Yeah.
then coding, then firstly unit testing, then integration testing, then system testing, then
Regression or
UAT.
sanity.
UAT. Like when we will get the requirement, we will design the UAT test case in the parallel. When we will get the requirement, business requirement. So after that, we will get the system requirement. So based upon the system requirement, we will prepare the system test cases. Then high level design, we will prepare integration test cases.
Oh, so we have to prepare test cases at every level.
Exactly in the parallel.
Okay.
The documentation activity, the documentation activity will be done in the parallel. Now, when the developer will done the coding, firstly we will perform unit, then integration, then system, then UAT.
Okay. Is it
right?
possible to do everything
Yeah, yeah.
simultaneously?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, yeah. Verification and validation. Verification and
Validation.
validation. Any question?
Not now. Maybe later when we'll start writing it, I will have few questions.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Like I will give one suggestion here. Whatever
Yeah.
topic we are covering in the manual testing, try to explore those topics more and more on the Google as well. It's my
Sure.
personal suggestion. Like manual testing is totally based upon the theory,
Yeah.
right? So test plan document I will cover tomorrow. Like test plan and test cases, both the things I will cover tomorrow.